Welcome to Solo Bamf Gaming. Like, sub, all that fun stuff. So today we're going to bring with to you the Royale with cheese. So what is the Royale with cheese? Well, when I was DMing, I had a group of 4 players, and I gave them a ring of spell storing, and they were all spellcasters of some sort. And rather than be responsible and just have fun and store one spell here or there, they decided that they were going to infuse all the spells that said range of personal into the spell and then recast them on each other. So they pretty much made themselves all invisible, gave themselves all flight, made themselves almost invulnerable to everything. It was pretty much a nightmare. And they termed that massive buffing of themselves as the Royale with cheese. So what does that mean inside game terms here inside of Baldur's Gate? Well, the equivalent would just be buffing the crap out of your characters and trying to get something done that's going to be beneficial. So here we have Gale, and I respected him as a cleric. All right, and this is probably not new for some of you. I can't find the spell now. There it is. So we're just going to cast Warding Bond. And this is something that you can do as early as level 2. So now Gale is warding my main character. Oops. But wait, there's more. Because it doesn't require concentration, he can systematically buff all of the other members, even if they're not in the fire team, because Astarion wasn't in the fire team. He can give this warding bond to everyone, and all the damage from all the characters is going to go straight on to Gale. Here's my other character. Finally got Minthara, really disappointed with her character arc. Alright, now, the cool part about this is it stays on all of the characters. So this is true Royale with cheese. This is the true cheese of the universe, because now I can go and talk to Gale.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I question the wisdom of that. I'll be here in the meantime.
Yeah, shut up. You're here in the meantime. Okay. So now I can go talk to, or I can go smack Astarion, which I kind of don't like his character, but whatever. Alright, so now I smacked him. Gale's not in the party. He's going to instantly heal himself. So you've just given all of your characters in the party resistance to everything in the entire game. Alright, so now... shoot.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Sorry, my character is extremely slow right now. There we go. They really need a bag of holding. The encumbrance in this game sucks. Alright, so now the other thing that we can do...
Made off with Yenna. Either we mount a rescue, or we win her freedom with Gortash's life.
Wait, did I get a wizard? This guy a wizard? Or did I remake him into a cleric?
This vessel is at thy disposal. This soul awaits.
I think I made this guy a cleric. Let's see what I did here.
No one's stopped me yet. Can't give up now.
Yeah, he is a cleric. Okay. So the other thing that you can do, well, first we're just going to go back and get rid of him. So this right here that you can do as soon as turn 2, level 2, is just insane. On Tactician, it's ridiculous. And if you're thinking, oh, well, you can only do that twice because you at level 2, you're wrong. You can have, I respected all 3 of my hirelings into clerics. I can literally have them go and cast the warding bond on themselves and Gale, and then I could take them out and to do it. Or I could have one of my other characters spec'd as a cleric that I want to play and have them cast it on Gale. either way, you just cast the shit on Gale and it's broken. All right.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious. All right.
I
Seems
wish they
something you
would
wouldn't
do
hide from
something
life,
with the whole
especially if
makeup
there's
thing.
trouble.
I wish that you could get less of the veins going through. It's kind of cool when you're using the powers, but it's really gross when you're just having normal conversations. Okay, so
Whatever goes.
I give her. All right, so now I did not give her. I did respec her recently, just so I had a wizard that I could give the long strider to. So we can do that quick. And you can see I got the glaive on her, and that's because we're going to use that glaive to use the elemental energy because she's also a sorcerer. So we're just going to do this quick. Whoops, no, I don't need to talk to... Stop it, stop it, stop it. Alright. Alright, so we're going to level her up. I should have had this done before the video. We're just going to give her a level wizard. And we're going to make sure that... Whoops. We're going to make sure that one of the spells that she has is Long Strider. And then we're going to go back to Sorcerer. Oops. Come on.
My face protects me. Let's get on with it.
Alright, so we're going to go back and give her Sorcerer, and we're specifically going to take the... and it doesn't matter for this what you got, but we're specifically taking the Twin spell. Now, I wish I could figure out a way to get the Drake to have more than one use. I think this is enough. I don't even think I need to go all the way through. Alright, so now get out of this. And I didn't do this when I was in, but now I gotta go back and redo all my spells, or a spell. Just get rid of this, and I'm gonna put this in. Alright, now I can use Shadowheart, who I respected as a wizard sorcerer. And since Long Strider is a ritual, I can cast as many times as I want, and because it doesn't require concentration, sticks around for an entire long rest. Alright. And I do like the inn here. This is the inn at the Elf Song, which I stumbled upon on the first run through. I didn't know that you had to actually go and rent the room in order to get this on my second playthrough. But everything is super close, so I do like that. And if you don't know how to get into this room, you just go to the Elf Song Tavern in Act 3, and you end up here. All right, so now everybody's got an extra 10 feet of movement rate, and they also get
I hope this is important.
they also get resistance to everything. All right, and now so both of those you can do. Well, you can do the Long Strider one on first level, all characters, no problem. The one with the warding bond, you can do that as early as Act 2. So those are your two ones that are going to get you through the vast majority of the game. Yeah, it's cheesy, but that's why they call it the Royale with cheese, right? Okay, so now I usually don't do these weapons. I did get the Diva Maces because if I'm going to go cheese, let's just go cheese all the way. So, and if you know what the Diva Maces are, they look like they're normal, but they got 4 to 8 radiant damage. So fucking broken. Okay. So we're just going to drop these. I'm going to go to her. And then we're going to go to the Twin Spell. And then Drake Elemental Weapon. Now this is the
What's next?
the glaive, the Drake Throat Glaive, which you can get as early as Act 2 from the little halfling chick inside Moonrise Towers if you didn't kill her in the first act. It's probably one of the best weapons in the game. You can add in an elemental damage type to any weapon. The nice thing about this is if you're on a sorcerer, you can twin it. So you're getting a double use. Now, normally I put it on my main character. I'm just going to do it on hers for demonstration purposes. Let's just give them lightning. So I can hit this one with lightning and this one with lightning. And now I can go back to
Do we have a target?
her, pick both of those up.
If it is for the best.
Now, now they do 1 for necrotic, that's coming from the gauntlets, 1 for lightning, that's coming from the Drake, and 4d8 radiant. That's just insane. These things are gonna. I haven't actually used these yet. I just literally got into Act 3. I beelined straight for all the shops, got all my gear, and this time I'm gonna go and kill Orin first, so I can actually play with those items. But I did want to do a dual wield build, and I ended up saying screw it. These are the highest DPS weapons that I can get in the game, unless you're playing on PC and you can glitch into like the oversized swords from the Steel Watch. But these are the best ones I can get in the game. So now, as early as Act 2, you can give everybody Longstrider, you can get everybody Warding Bond, and then you can get one character, 2 weapons that have elemental damage types. Excuse me, or 2 different characters. All right, so, and I don't even have to have her at full level for that. She's only 5. All right, so now she's going to be pretty much worthless for the rest of this.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious. If you're
So
sure.
we'll just ditch her. Oh, stang it.
If you're sure.
I always get a little
Fine. I'll be here whenever you read.
quick on the fingers. All right, so now we're going to go back to Gale. I should have stuck with her in the beginning. Or I should have done her first and then just went straight to Gale.
How can I help?
All right.
With pleasure.
So again, he is on cleric. So let's just complete our buffs. So now as soon as you get second level spells, you can also start giving everyone protection from poison. Well, you get protection from poison, you're going to get resistance to poison, right? But you're already resistant to that from the warding bond. But this is also you're going to get protection against poisonal. Nice wording. Poison influences. So in theory, you're not going to get disadvantage on attacks and all that other stuff if you do get poisoned. And there are a lot of things that poison. There's a lot of poisonous clouds, and especially if you're going against undead ghouls or anything like that. So it's a nice little buff to put on all your characters, and it doesn't take that long, and it lasts all day because again, it does not require concentration. And again, this is something where you can use some of your henchmen to go ahead and respec as clerics and then just cast that and then ditch them for something else. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is you could go... See, I think that they don't have this spell as cool as it is in regular D&D. Of course, I haven't played 5th edition with it in a while, but here it is, the Death Ward. I don't think that it's necessary. So we're going to skip that and we're going to go straight to freedom of movement. Now, the thing with freedom of movement, you can fly in the game at this level if you took the influence. Earlier levels in Act 2, this is good to take because there's a lot of difficult terrain, but it still says that you can't be magically paralyzed or restrained. So even though I can fly and not be affected by difficult terrain, it's still worth throwing this on all your characters real quick. That way, they get the benefits of not being magically restrained. Alright, so we're just going to go to all our characters. And again, it's not, doesn't require concentration, so it's going to stick around on all of the characters for the rest of the day. All right, and then now I'm on this run through. I'm only level 10. Get another level, I'm obviously going to add in a Hero's Feast. I'll do it off of one of the henchmen so that I don't have to use one of my main characters. Now this one, I specifically went with an all melee build group. I have 3 monks. I'm testing out different builds on each one of them. And then I have 1 dual wield class. And I specifically did that because I don't want to have to go through this buffing process every single time. It is a little arduous. All right, so the last thing that we're going to pop on here is going to be, I can only do a level 5 aid spell. So we're just going to cast aid. It's going to affect everybody here. And then I'm going to run over.
How can I help? I question the wisdom of that decision, but I'll be here in the meantime.
All right. Stop taking forever.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what this...
And yeah, that's my little naked harem in the background because, you know, if you give a dude a chance to have naked characters running around, you're going to take advantage of that. All right. Really, the only thing that I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to just recast the aid spell so that my other character gets aid because she was not in that initial group. And it looks like I don't have it on this character, so I'm going to have to... go in here and learn the aid spell. Where the hell is it? Am I just blind? Oh, I'm in level 3. Okay. Alright. And now that's going to get Minthara her levels. Alright, now we're going to get him out of the party.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what thou art the...
Alright, and then each of the characters is going to... Oops. I don't know why they have anything else in here other than the strength potions, because it's just so broken. So, if you saw in the beginning, I only had an 8 strength on this character. I have Cloud Giant potions of Cloud Giant strength. Gives you a 27th strength score. Even if I didn't have those, and I got probably about 20 of them right now, I still have about 20 of the Hill Giant strength ones left over from Act 1 and 2, which all of these are really easy to get. Vendors sell them. You can really stock up with Auntie Ethel in Act 1 on the Hill Giant strength ones. You just keep doing long rests or short rests and keep going back to her. And as long as you don't go down to her neck of the woods in the swamp, she'll always be available inside the Druid Grove, selling 3 of them at a pop. And you can just continuously stock up on those, so that all of your characters can always have at least a 19 strength. And in this scenario, once you get here, you can do Divine Intervention on all of your characters to convert them all to clerics, and get the Divine Intervention box for the camp supplies. And there's a potion of Cloud Giant Strength in each one. So I already did that on all my characters because we're going for Total Cheese Fest. So I have about 20 of those stocked up, because you can also buy them from select vendors. And so there we go. And the whole entire purpose of this run through is to not have to do a lot of long resting anyway. So these things last for an entire long rest. So here is our final Royale with Cheese. All of the characters are going to have a 27 strength. All right, all of them have, yep, here we go, 27 strength. All right, all of them are going to have Warding Bond. So +1 to armor class and saving throws, and resistance to all damage. I mean, you can make a case and say, oh, well, that's really cheesy. You just do that with, Gale. Well, they sell potions of resist all, so how is that any different? But whatever. All right, and then here is the Long Strider. It increased our movement by 10. Protection from poison, just for the other effects of the poisons that can make you nauseous and other things like that. Freedom of movement, so we can't be paralyzed or restrained. At this level, we have fly, so we're flying everywhere. The first part of it isn't going to affect us, but in Act 2, this is also certainly a good benefit. Maximum hit point is increased by 20 because of the aid spell. All right, now the only other things that we can do to make this better is to add in a Hero's Feast. Right, that's going to be the penultimate to get the Hero's Feast. You're going to be immune to all the frightened effects. You get some temporary hit points. You get your hit point increase. So there's going to be that. And what else? Oh, then the other thing that you're missing is once you get this down, respec, because you only need, by the time you get to the next level, Gale should be able to buff your entire party all at once, and you shouldn't need an additional cleric. So respec the rest of your NPCs into transmuting wizards. And then from the transmutation wizards at 11th level, you can get you can make transmutation stones. So you can use them to get Constitution saving throws, which is what I would do for the ones that don't have the Constitution saving throw as a proficiency. And then you can add in the other characters to just create stones of extra speed. So they'll add each stone that you get and they stack will give you an extra 10 feet of movement. So those are the other two items that are missing for the ultimate Royale with Cheese. So I'll probably just do a follow-up video on that. But this right now is the Royale with Cheese. You can do Tactician mode on this. You can actually, if you wanted to do just a solo character, you can do a solo character without this. I've done it. But if you are worried about it and you don't want to have to go back to town and rest all the time and all of that other stuff, which really does kind of suck, especially if you're playing a spellcaster and you have to go back to town because you have to recoup all your spells, or if you're trying to do one of those insanely stupid loadouts where you're like, look, I get 83 attacks in one round, and then you're like, okay, but now I have to rest because I have to recharge my action surge and everything else. Well, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But if you just want to like play a fighter or a barbarian or something and go all the way through, and you want to minimize your resting, or just take like a god-like approach or a demigod-like approach to playing the game, this would be a good way to do it. So there you go. That is the Royale with Cheese inside of Baldur's Gate. Like and sub, appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy.